Hello, good morning all. Jeannie Andreessen here. I am very excited to spend some time with you this morning. We are talking about business school, and I am walking through all the frequently asked questions that I've received when I'm talking to a designer about business school. So I'm going to share with you a ton of information today about this program. And I hope it answers a lot of questions of yours. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the chat, or you can always DM me later if you're watching this on the replay. But there's a lot of information I'm going to be sharing with you, so feel free to pull out a pen and paper, or you could just rewatch this as many times as you would like, whatever you prefer. Thanks for spending time with me this morning. It is a Wednesday morning. I normally am on here on Tuesday morning, so switching it up a little bit. But yeah, today we're talking about business school, and I am covering frequently asked questions. So if you are new to me, I am Jeannie Andreessen, business coach, business and life coach, let's be honest, to interior designers. This wonderful little crew who have been desiring business guidance, and I even want to say like therapy for quite some time, and who have been just looking for a little bit of a guiding light as they navigate their design businesses. And I say that because I swear I talk to these designers all the time, and they're like, I cannot believe you're a life coach as well. I'm always wishing and wondering if there was a therapist just for interior designers. And I want you to know you are not alone, like truly. And I want you to know that yes, you do have one of the most complicated businesses. So if you are feeling like you are just running around all the time and not knowing where you're supposed to be, if you're wondering if you have a lot of stuff on your plate, like the answer is yes, and that's okay. Like you do have a really complicated business. You do. The more that I learn about it, the more that I see how complicated your business is in comparison to someone else's. But that is much more of the reason why it makes sense to have guidance. It makes sense to have coaching. It makes sense to invest in learning how to manage this business effectively, so it's not managing you, so it's not driving you crazy, it's not sucking the life out of you. And so that's why I'm so passionate about doing this, truly. So yeah, I have created a signature program called Business School for Designers, and it is a 12-week program that teaches you the business foundations. And I don't want to make it seem like it's basic, but it teaches you business foundations that you never learned in design school that will help you attract more desirable clients, work less hours, and experience a lot less stress and exhaustion. How does that sound? Probably pretty good. So yeah, if you are new to me, I am not a designer. I am the first person to admit that, because if you and I were to spend any time together looking at fabric or anything, any furniture or anything like that, you would know immediately I'm not a designer, because as you are oohing and ahhing over a chair, I don't notice at all what you are seeing. And I'm like, walk me through what you're seeing. I'm looking at the big picture of it all and like how beautiful the whole space is, but I could not put my finger on why this space is beautiful. Like, you will know right away I'm not a designer, but I got into this because my best friend is a designer, and I have a background in the corporate world. I ran a recruiting business for a Fortune 100 company and loved doing it. Truly, I did that for many, many years, and I loved doing it. And I learned so much about how to run a business effectively from that opportunity. So that's my background. And if you're, not new to me, you've probably heard this already, but my designer bestie, who has been running her business for 7, 8, 9 years now, was the one who came my way and said, Jeannie, you should really be working with designers in your coaching business, because we really don't know the first thing about running a business. And I see the way you run yours. I see that you have systems, you have processes, you have calendar planning, you have all these things. And she says, like, I know nothing about any of that. And I really think that you should talk to this industry. And it just really unfolded from there. The more conversations I had with designers, the more I learned that the more conversations I had with designers, the more that I learned that they have really significant pain points and do not know how to solve them. They don't know, and they don't have leadership in this space either. So it just unfolded from there. It was, I would hop on a call with the designer, and by the end of the call, and all I did is wanted to talk to them. And at the end of the call, they were like, how do I work with you? This is before I had any program created at all. By the end of it, they were like, how do I work with you? And that alone just came to show me that, like, this is such an amazing opportunity to help a group who really is desiring help, desiring guidance, and they don't want to feel this way anymore. They really, really don't. Thanks for being here, Chill Mom. So anyways, what we're doing today, I'm going to cover frequently asked questions that I get in regards to business school for designers. And I hope, again, that I answer a lot of questions for you today. And I think I will. But if you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to drop a chat or shoot me a DM. Happy to cover any of that. So this live is for you if really one of two people. You're either someone who's been following me for a bit, you know about business school, but you want more information and you're trying to determine it's for you. This live is also for you if you are struggling in your design business, you're looking for guidance, you're really maybe you're new to me, you're unfamiliar with my program, but you are really looking for resources. So if you feel exhausted, if you feel like you don't know how you're going to live the rest of your life running this business the way it's running, this line is for you, because I'm going to help you see that there is another way. There's another way. There's a better way. You don't need to be so exhausted all the time, truly. So yes, today I'm going to be going through frequently asked questions. I want to make sure I'm super clear as to who Business School for Designers is for. And like, I want you to know that I created business school. Sorry guys, I am getting over a cold. But of course, the moment I start talking is like the moment that my nose starts running again. And the tissues are already all the way over there. So like, I'm going to ask you to hold on 1 minute. I'm going to grab a couple tissues so I don't keep wiping my nose. Rebel is like sitting there like, what the heck is going on, Mom? He's just like looking at me. I probably should have done this off camera, but it's cool. We're here. We're together. We're all friends here. Okay, so I want you to know that I have been coaching designers for the last year. Truly, I really started coaching them last fall. And I started coaching them before I had a program in place. It was, and I still coach a lot of them this way. So after, a lot of times I get the question, I'm jumping ahead, but a lot of times I get the question when business school is over, what happens then? Do I have an opportunity to continue to work with you? And that answer is absolutely yes. So after business school is over, you and I can meet consistently on a weekly basis for almost like general coaching / like troubleshooting as to what's going on in your business. And so for the last, year or so, basically before I created business school, that is how I was coaching designers. So I didn't have a formal program put together, but I was like, of course you and I can coach one-on-one. And so we worked through a lot of the stuff that I teach in business school, and I have seen how their businesses have flourished. Truly, I have seen how their businesses have flourished once they have learned some of these really essential pieces of business. I have watched their businesses flourish. And so I want you to know that this is available to you too. You don't have to continue to feel like you're going to be running your business the way that you are for that much, for the rest of your life. You don't have to feel anymore that you're alone. You don't have to feel that way anymore, because this is available to you. This guidance is available to you. You don't have to keep winging it. It's available to you to feel that you are confident in your business, to feel that you are deserving of the dollars that you ask for, that you could double your hourly rate tomorrow and you don't have to change a thing about your business to start asking for more money. This is all available to you. The processes I teach, it's available to you. You don't have to be alone anymore. You have to feel alone anymore. I really want to make that clear because it's the truth. And again, I've seen how these processes have helped other designers make more money, work less hours, feel more in control, feel peace of mind, and attract more desirable business by making some shifts, by doing things a little differently. So anyways, that's why I'm so passionate about this. That's why I'm loving this so much, is because I love what you do. I think designers are unicorns. I will say that all the time, everywhere, and I will mean it for forever. Designers to me are absolute unicorns. I don't know how you do what you do. And I don't even mean that in like the chaotic sense of like, how do you manage people and how do you manage your clients, and then how do you manage, all these products, and then how do you manage these contractors? It's not that. I'm saying like, let's talk bare basics. I don't know how you design what you design. Like, this stuff is so intuitive to you. And I literally it's just not to me, and it's not to the rest of the world. So I just think your gift is so incredible, and it deserves to be making you as much money as you possibly can. Really. And I'm passionate about this because not only because I'm obsessed with what you do, but because I'm obsessed with the transformation you go through when you apply these things, and how much better this world is once you really become confident in your business abilities. So, and I just love entrepreneurship. I love processes. I love systems. You want to talk about what's intuitive to you versus what's intuitive to me? This stuff is intuitive to me when I teach. And a lot of it's learned, but the same way that for you, design is both very much intuitive, but you're learning too. It's like that. And so to be able to give my gift to you and have your business explode, how cool is that? Nothing cooler, in my opinion, right? So, okay, friends, let's dive into some of these frequently asked questions. I'm gonna wipe my nose again really quick. Sorry. And we will go from there. So what is business school for designers? Let's start with the basic question. What is it? It is my signature coaching program focused on teaching you business foundations you did not learn in design school that will help you attract more desirable business. It will help you make more money on less hours logged. It will help you become confident in your business and in your processes. Hello, Jonine home. So that's what it does. How does that sound? Probably pretty nice, right? So my goal is to help you learn how to run a productive and organized business. That's what this program does. So who is it for? This is a very fun question because I get this, I think every time I talk to a new designer about business school, because when I'm saying that I teach business foundations you didn't learn in design school, a lot of them think, okay, so is this something for new designers? And here's the thing, maybe, to be honest, all of my clients have been designers who have been designing for years. They have been at least running their own businesses independently for 18 months. But most of them, I mean, I have a client who's been running her business for like 15 years. And so this is not designed for rookie designers and for like, hey, let me teach you business basics so that as you build, enter business and entrepreneurship, you know these things. While I think that would be incredibly helpful and how important it is that they start teaching business foundations in design school, this was designed for the designers who have been running their businesses for years, who aren't needing to attract like new business. It's not like they're desiring like, I need new leads coming through. They're designers who have leads. They're designers who have business. They just struggle to decline undesirable business. They struggle to attract more desirable business. They struggle to be on top of their processes. They struggle to manage a weekly calendar, time management specifically. This is for designers who are really seasoned at running businesses, but still feel really insecure about the business that they're running. And they look at their business and they're like, there's no way that this is going to be sustainable for the rest of my life. Like, how does anybody do this? And how does anybody scale? And how does anybody, have a life outside of their business? I help those designers finally gain control of their business, get confident in their processes. I help those designers finally start learning how to implement processes and attract more desirable business so that they're not constantly bogged down by not only their own exhaustion and their own stress, but they're not constantly bogged down by little projects that really aren't allowing them to grow. I help the designers who have been running their business for 5 years and are still insecure asking for large design fees. They still feel uncomfortable or anxious asking for more money. I help those designers break that. I help those designers become business-minded and truly feel that they are confident in their business and in control of their business. So it's for those designers who are really motivated to stop winging it and start really feeling like they have their business shit together. What are the results that someone would achieve upon completing this program? What a great question. So really there are two different kinds of results here. There's the internal result and then there's an external result. When I say internal result, I'm talking about feeling better. And it's so funny because everybody wants more money, more money, more money. However, this internal result really does affect this external result. So if you want more money, but you are like miserable and super stressed and all of that, like we could clean that up. And so what I love about this is it really has two main results. You become confident in your business, you have peace of mind because you know you're on top of it and in control. And then you have the external result, which is you start attracting more desirable business. You are more in control of your schedule and working less hours. You are communicating effectively and having your contractors and clients really attracted to your new communication style. It's boundaries. It's having boundaries. You're able to have a life. You're able to, again, work less hours, make more money, and then experience that internal result of less stress, less exhaustion, less insecurity. Those are the results I expect my clients to achieve and that they do achieve when they take this program. Cool? What is covered in business school? Okay, I'm going to be adding this to my website and I get so nervous sometimes to say like by the end of the week or by next week, and then like other priorities come up and then it doesn't happen. So, so really, I'm going to be adding this to my website at some point, but here's the curriculum. I could like zoom in if you want to screenshot it, super. It might actually show up backwards. So, you know how like the camera flips? So like like this could be my right side, but like it's on my left if I'm looking at the camera. So anyways, that said, maybe if you screenshot it, it won't work the way that you would think. And you'd be like trying to put this in a mirror and read it backwards. But every week there's a topic we're covering about business, as you can imagine. So I'm like, I don't want to bore you by walking through week by week, but also like, maybe I'll just bore you walking through week by week. So week 1 is learning the elements of a productive work week. There are elements to a productive work week. Week 1 is we learn what those elements are. We go to work on them. We figure out how to create them for you. Week 2, building an effective weekly calendar. Holy moly, this is its own thing. It's fantastic. It's mind-blowing. And it takes time to implement. I want to make that clear because this is not a one and done. This is like we build a weekly calendar and then like you learn how to build this on your own on a weekly basis. But then like the next week you're like, I don't know how this works. I'm so, so we're kind of following up on that in the next couple of weeks to make sure that like this becomes consistent second nature and you get in a habit of doing it. Week 3, priorities and working on the business, the importance of working on the business versus in the business, and making sure that we're adding to your calendar working on the business, that is something that is a part of your strategy, that's a part of your calendar, that's a part of your planning. So we get clear as to what those things are and we add them to the calendar. We talk about how to make it easy to execute upon them. Week 4, nailing your design process. One thing I've learned is these designers, I just love you all so much. You're still winging it. And you have in you what your design process is for your, for a majority of your clients that come your way. But once we nail this, we're able to estimate how much time in your calendar you have available to take on other projects. And so you're not winging that anymore. You're not just like, I think that I can take this one on, or I don't know if I could take this one on. Like, and then all of a sudden you're like, have like a zillion things due in 1 week. And we all know how that goes. So nailing your design process, I help walk you through how to build what your design process is so you're able to time block effectively when it comes to your managing your calendar. Week 5, making key decisions, business boundaries and client minimums. Week 6, valuing your services and asking for money. Week 7, qualifying your leads. In this part, we talk about an intake form and the importance of an intake form and how that brings you qualified leads. And I will help you build an intake form. I'm not sitting there with you necessarily because you get to decide what program you want to do it in. I have recommendations, but I give you my suggestions for an intake form. I give you my questions for an intake form. But we talk really about the difference between a lead and a qualified lead. Week 8, declining undesirable business and the 10-minute phone call, which is like my little secret sauce. If you listen to my podcast with Luann, I talked about the art of the 10-minute phone call and just how important it is. So we talk through what that is, and I help you learn how to implement a 10-minute phone call. Week 9, communicating boundaries with your clients. Week 10, efficient business processes. This is kind of like the catch-all of the secret things that I know that I'm doing that you're not doing that could make a really big difference in business. So I cover a lot of little things in there. Week 11, leading your clients, being a leader to your clients. And week 12, leading your business and really being a leader to your business. Okay? Did I bore you? That is the curriculum of business school. It is subject to change based on the designer that I am working with. It's subject to change based on your needs. So like, am I going to beat you over the head with an effective calendar if you have an incredible calendar management system? No. However, I do want to see what your calendar management system is before I'm like assuming that you're good to go. But this is really based on what your needs are. So I might bump up a session if it makes more sense to cover money mindset in week 3 versus in week 6. So it's a subject to change, but really this is a general framework of business school and what I am teaching and what you are learning and how you're going to learn how to run an effective and efficient business. Okay? I'm sorry. Excuse me. What makes business school different from others? I want to cover this quickly because I wish I could sit here and be like, I know there are tons of programs, coaching programs available to designers. I actually don't think that's true. I think that there are a handful that I've learned of. I feel like there are a handful I've learned that are available to, many professions. There are some that are designer specific. There are some that are designer specific, but like you don't have access to the coach. And I've heard consistently how challenging that is and how ineffective that is when you don't have one-on-one time with the coach themselves. So that alone is like what makes this program different is you have me coaching you one-on-one. And that is also like why I would encourage you to apply for this almost at this time, because my vision is to make this more accessible to more designers, which means obviously there's only one of me. So if I could make this a group program, if I could get a group of designers in at the same time and teach them all of this one week at a time, but they're learning as a group, I want to do that so I can be more accessible, so I can get this out there in front of more designers so they can benefit from this. So right now, this is still one-on-one. I'm still working with, this is my newest evolution of my coaching program. And that is a big reason why this program is different. You are learning from not only a certified coach 2 times over, I've been certified twice, but you're learning from somebody who was in business in corporate and who like ran a business within corporate and who knows processes. And so you're working with like a true business mentor. And I can't believe it's 9:30 already. Oh my God. Thank you for hanging with me, people. I'm like, what? Time flies when you're having fun. You're learning from a true business mentor and a life coach. And the reason why that's different is not only because I know all this stuff, but I'm really good at coaching you through it. I'm really good at working with you to figure out what's going on in you that is holding you back from doing some of this stuff. Or when you're afraid to change your processes, I'm skilled in coaching you through that. So that alone is what makes this program different. I'm not a designer. My clients love that because I'm not sitting here coming in teaching you how to do design differently. Your design business is your design business, and I am not touching any of your design work or any of that. I'm just helping you make it more productive, more effective, more efficient. I'm helping you learn these pieces of business that everybody knows that you don't know that will make a huge difference in how you operate and how you run your business. And it's like, that's really the sell of this. That's really what makes us different, is you have access to me. I'm not a designer. I don't have my own way of doing things in regards to design, and I won't tell you you're wrong about doing things in regards to design. No, that's all you. I'm here to help you with your systems and your processes and your thinking and your behavior. That's what I am here to do. So It's not a group program. It's not an automated program. It's working with me one-on-one to get you results. The other thing that makes this program different is you have access to me outside of this program. What? Like, yeah. So there is a beautiful app called Voxer. That's like a little walkie-talkie app. And you have access to me in between sessions for coaching. If there's something that's come up with your clients and you don't know how to approach it, you have access to me for that. You have access to me to help clarify something. You have access to me in between sessions. And that is huge. It's been like crisis communication support with my clients, and they have loved it. Okay, I want to make sure I like land this plane. What will life look like after you experience business school? We've already talked about that. You're going to have confidence. You're not going to doubt your worth. You're not going to be undercharging yourself. You're not going to be declining bad business and feeling so guilty over it. You're going to be positioning yourself for better business. Like, I feel like we've really covered what the result is and what you can expect from it. Okay, business school. It is definitely an investment. It's an investment in your business. It's an investment in your future. It's an investment. So this is not a cheap program. This is a program designed to get you results and for you to change your business. And in terms of the cost of it, it's $4,000 paid up front or $1,400 a month for 3 months as a payment plan. So that is the cost of working with me and enrolling in design school. And I love that price point because when a designer commits to business school, they're all in. They're all in. If this was a program that was, let's say priced at $9.99, when I would make recommendations to you, you'd be like, I don't know if I want to implement them. A big part of the commitment of this is the price point, because I only attract serious designers who are serious about changing their processes, serious about learning from me, serious about giving themselves a different result. So that is the price point of it. And like I said, I love it. I love it because I know exactly who it's attracting. I know exactly who's committing to this program. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about timeline. So I shared with you it's a 12-week program. So let's say 3 months, assuming the months are clean. Let's say it's a 3-month program. What I love about those who are enrolling in this now is they are making a decision to start 2023 very differently. Because when we start now, we are ending the year, we're wrapping up business school, and they are starting 2023 very differently. And I just think, what an amazing feeling. I always tell people, don't get to December and wonder where your year went. That's so unfair. We have how many years of experience on this planet? We've had how many Decembers being like, where did the year go? I can't believe I'm in the same position. No, you don't need to be anymore. And you shouldn't be. You deserve to grow. You deserve to flourish. You deserve to feel confident about your business, to feel in control of your business, to feel like you are evolving in this business. And if you're wondering, what's everybody else doing differently that I'm not doing? They're investing in their businesses. That's what they're doing. If you truly are how is everybody else doing this? I don't know. Let's look at the businesses other people have and what moves they've made to get there. That's why I always encourage people when I talk about goal setting. It's like, okay, well, let's imagine you accomplished your goal. Now let's look backwards. What did you do to get there? All of a sudden things become really clear. You're like, well, I made some bold moves. I made some mistakes. I invested in my business. I learned new things. Like, it's like, exactly. So don't sit here thinking and feeling like, oh my gosh, how's everybody else doing this? It's like they're making these really bold moves. They are making decisions to get a different result. That is what they are doing. That's what they're doing. So, sorry friends, if that was a little fiery, I'm sorry, but it's the truth of it. That is what they're doing. I'm currently in the middle of Richard Branson's book, Losing My Virginity, how I survived and made a fortune doing business my way. And it goes year by year of his life. It's like so fascinating. It's also a very long book, as you can imagine. So being in the middle of it, I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm at a point where his business is making $12 million a year. And when I'm like, even at this point, even being walked through one by one what he did from year after year, I'm still like, wait a second, how did we get here? Because just a few years ago, he was like 10 years into his business and like still was like struggling to have a solid revenue. But if I'm really looking at this and reading in between the lines, actually, if I'm really reading the lines, he made bold moves. He kept going. He kept investing in his business. He kept trying new things. He failed a lot of times. He even went to jail for tax evasion. He was like a kid when he first started his business, and he thought like, oh, this is a great way to save money. He didn't realize it was tax evasion and other people have done it and he could go to prison, jail. But it's just so interesting to be like, wait a second, that really is just how this works. And you just have to trust the long game of this. You just have to trust and have faith that in the end, you will achieve a different result because you're making different moves. So I highly encourage you to do things differently in your business if you are really sick of being in the same position year after year after year. Okay, friends, I'm going to wrap this up. If you are excited about business school, either DM me, we can get to chatting, or I just recommend you go straight to the link in my bio and you apply to work with me. Go straight to the link in my bio, click designer school. The moment I saw that, I'm like, that's wrong. I'm not teaching you how to design. Go to business school application and apply to work with me. It'll generate a 30-minute Zoom for us. You get to schedule an appointment to chat with me. It'll generate a 30-minute Zoom for us. I can answer any additional questions you might have about business school. And seriously, friends, like, I will help you determine if this is the right fit for you. I genuinely mean it when I say I don't want anybody in this program who's not the right fit for it. That is, again, one of the reasons why I priced it the way I did. Because I want to make sure that this is an amazing fit for anybody who participates in it. And if I were to price this like way lower, like people would be signing up left and right. And it's like, who are people really serious about this? Is really the right fit for them? I don't know. So anyways, I want to make sure this is a great fit for you because I only want glowing testimonials when someone wraps up this program. I only want total business transformations when somebody wraps up this program. So it is in your best interest and mine that I make sure that only really the right people are enrolled in it. So feel free to reach out to me if you have questions, but just head to the link in my bio, click business school application, apply for this program, and we can determine if this is the right fit for you and a great investment for your business and the way to end this year and start next year really, really strong. So thankful that you just spent this time with me, friends. I am like really excited about this program. I'm so thrilled to offer it to you. And I know that those who enroll in it, it's an amazing opportunity for them. So I hope we chat soon. If you got questions, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your Wednesday. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. I'll see you later. Actually, oh my goodness, thank you for still hanging with me. You best join me next week on Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Next week, Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time, I have a client of mine joining my live, and she will be sharing her experience, coaching with me, what she's learned about business. It is going to be so awesome. I am so excited for you to meet this designer. She's just wonderful, and I know you'll love her, and I'm just excited for you to hear from her. So add it to your calendar next Tuesday, 10:30. Tell your designer friends, and now I will see you later. Take care, friends. Bye.